So is the new Khanhaiya video doctor? To explain this story to you, I've walked across to the India Today Mediaplex edit base. This is where our video editors and producers put our broadcasts together. And sitting here with my colleague, I will explain to you how 3 separate clips have been brought together to try and create the impression that at the event at which Khanhaiya was present, anti-India sloganeering took place and seditious comments were made. Take a look at this India Today exclusive. This new video from Jawaharlal Nehru University is from the 11th of February, 2 days after the now infamous Pro-Afzal anti-India event organized by the Democratic Students Union. This video has gone viral on social media and is being played up aggressively on some Hindi and English news channels. The anti-Khanhaiya brigade is calling this clinching proof of the JNU students' body president raising anti-India slogans. Let's listen first to the full audio of this 20-second clip. So did Khanhaiya actually participate in anti-India sloganeering, or is the truth something completely different? Take a look now at the same video as seen from another angle. In this second video, suddenly the anti-India slogans can no longer be heard. The chant is still one that seeks Azadi, but the Azadi that is being sought is freedom from casteism, freedom from feudalism, freedom from Brahmanism, and freedom from Manuwad. So what explains the difference in the 2 videos that show the same scene but have completely different implications? To unravel this mystery, let's take you back to this video. Shot on the 9th of February, where a group of students are demanding Azadi for Kashmir. What seems to have happened is that somebody has taken the audio from the video which was shot on the 9th of February and overlaid it on the video that was shot 2 days later on the 11th of February, which is why the audio that can be heard is so completely different. In a highly surcharged atmosphere, it is important to proceed with caution. It's best for the judiciary to decide whether or not Khanhaiya is guilty of sedition, instead of politicians rushing to provide certificates of innocence or guilt. This is Rahul Kamal reporting for India Today. Let me now try and show this to you on our edit bay. This is my colleague Rajat Puri. He's a video editor with India Today. Rajat, explain what's going on. So if my camera person Ankur can just come behind us. We've got Subodh in front. So explain what really happened here.
Rahul, this is the first clip which is doctored and which is running from last 24 hours on social media. And as you can hear, this is a doctored clip. Okay.
Now
and
how do you know it's doctored?
Because the voice, the slogans what they're chanting are not the slogans which they chanted on the original clip. Now you can see the original clip here, which is the second clip, which you can hear the slogans are completely different. So they are not chanting the anti-India slogans here. And if you see the slogans they picked up from the third clip, which was on shot on 9th February. Okay, now you can hear the audio, and you can make out this audio has been picked up and merged with this particular clip, and this is how they did it.
So you're saying that we can do exactly the same thing. So the same clip that's been playing on certain TV stations and also going viral on social media, Rajat here can make the same clip. What he's done is he's taken, you've seen there two, these are audio layers. Just try and zoom in a little bit. These are audio layers. He's taken the audio layer of this clip from the 9th of February. He's merged it with the audio layer of this clip from the 11th of February. And the moment you merge it, voila.
Now you can hear it the way they have mixed it. It's like echoing, the sound is echoing, and you're hearing the anti-Indian slogans.
So just one second. This is the clip that you've created over here. Now take this back to the original clip. Not the original clip, the original fake clip, the clip that's gone viral.
This is the clip. Where you can hear the echo and the sound is not clear. Whereas the original clip, you have the sound which is very clear. And
so he is asking for Azadi, but that is Azadi from Brahmanwad, that is Azadi from Samantwad, which is feudalism, from capitalism, from the RSS. He's asking for Azadi, but it is not the pro-Afzal, anti-India, free Kashmir slogans.
And the fake Kashmir slogans have been picked from the 9th February clip, which is
a dark clip. And just zoom in over here. This is a dark clip. You can't see who is there in that clip. Khanhaiya can't be seen here, but that's where the audio is coming from and is merged with the clip from the 11th to try and create the impression that this is a seditious clip, seditious sloganeering by Khanhaiya Kumar. I want to go across and get some political reactions. Joining us on this broadcast now is Sanjay Jha of the Congress Party. Sanjay, on India Today, and I'm not casting aspersions on any one particular person, I'm not saying who did it, but very clearly certain TV channels have fallen for it, created a huge amount of hype and hysteria around it. But what we've been able to demonstrate to our viewers conclusively is that there's something wrong with that video clip. The audio is coming from another source, the video is coming from another source. You've merged them together to create the impression that Khanhaiya Kumar was raising these seditious slogans himself. Your reactions, Sanjay?
Rahul, congratulations to your team for having actually exposed that, this is a case of a very obvious fabrication. Let the courts decide on that. But, this is exactly what happens when very insidious and, foul elements try and actually create fissures in our society. I mean, anybody who's read the text of the speech that I read in the Indian Express of Khanhaiya Kumar will tell you that he made a speech which I think any student who has got his own idea of India, talking about social justice, empowerment, fighting for the Dalits, and he's been highly critical of the RSS. He says that the RSS sided with the British, actually fired bullets on the fellow Indians who are fighting for India's independence. So clearly, I can tell you that this is a case of a massive political witch hunt. And it will be established finally in the court of law.
Stay with me, Sanjay. We have a lot to talk about. I want to get quick political reactions. Joining us on this broadcast also is senior left leader Brinda Karat. Ma'am, your first reactions on this India Today exclusive, where we're exposing how at least one of the clips that's gone viral, played up by certain TV stations, is fake. It's a bogus clip. Audio has been taken from somewhere else. The video is coming from somewhere else, and a false impression is sought to be created.
Well, it's not really a question of TV channels playing it. The issue here is how Khanhaiya Kumar was arrested by the Delhi police on manufactured evidence, which the Home Minister of India is also very much involved. So forget the TV channels. That's bad enough. The issue here is how an innocent person who is an elected president of a union of JNU can be arrested on false evidence. This is the question. We have said from the beginning there is not a shred of evidence against Khanhaiya Kumar. We have said there is not a shred of evidence against any of the SFI or AISF or other left organization activists who are on that list. And now your expose has made it absolutely clear that what we have been saying is true. And therefore, those who are accountable are the Home Minister of India and the Delhi Police Commissioner.
I'm going to leave it there. Ms. Brinda Kharat, for joining us on this broadcast with your thoughts. Thank you very much. Mohammed Salim is also joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Salim, I want your thoughts on this video that seems to be doctored. We don't know who did this, but this video has gone viral over the past 24 hours. It's being touted as clinching evidence of Khanhaiya's participation in seditious activities. It turns out that the audio is from somewhere else, the video is from somewhere else. What do you make of this?
I thank India Today because you are telling the story of what exactly is happening in India today. And this shows the Dirty Trick Department. Earlier we knew that this San Parivar or BJP, they have this Dirty Trick Department. Now I think there's some others also they are having this Dirty Trick Department, and Government of India or Delhi Police also is running this Dirty Trick Department. And just to frame and prove that what they did in haste and wrongly they did it, the citizen charge leveled against Khanhaiya, who is a left student leader. We are proud of it. We know the leftists. We have led them our lives. These are the fellows who are carrying on the battle which Bhagat Singh started in this
Stay with me, Mr. Salim. I want to get more political reactions. Joining us on this broadcast now is Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, national spokesperson of the BJP. Dr. Trivedi, I want your reactions on this video clip that seems to be doctored. The audio taken from a clip on the 9th of February, overlaid on a video from the 11th of February to create an impression that seditious sloganeering happened at an event where Khanhaiya was present, sir.
Actually, whether any video is doctored or real, it is not our domain. Somebody is claiming one thing, another is claiming another thing, and moreover, interestingly, Rahul,
Sir.
each and every day new more facts are coming. When the process started on 9th, the things were looking different. Then some videos came. Then afterwards, the second video came, the third video came. So in my opinion, let the process of investigation should carry on. All the evidences should come and a proper conclusion should be drawn. And if somebody wants to have a political discussion on this, so there are two aspects, the technical and political. So technically, it should be taken by the investigative agencies.
No, you're absolutely right, Dr. Trivedi, that, we're not looking to rush in on judgment one way or the other. I must say that very emphatically. We don't know what the truth is, but what we know is that one of the videos that's been put out has audio which comes from a different source and video that comes from a different source. That is very clear. We've just shown it on our edit machines. I will show it to our viewers again before we are done. My concern, Dr. Trivedi, is that we've seen several people rush to judge one way or the other. I'm not sitting in on judgment on whether Khanhaiya is innocent or he's guilty. We don't know. But we've already seen people go out and condemn him, hold him guilty. Is that not unfair in your view, Dr. Trivedi?
No. This is not an issue. If you want to have a political issue, then I would like to categorically ask, there are certain slogans which have been raised. If there is any doubt about it, whether Mr. X is raising or Mr. Y is raising, and those who are taking the side of those type of slogans, ki Afzal hum sharminda hai, tere qatil jinda hai, is there any doubt about it?
But Sudhanshu ji, just stay with me for a moment. I want you to see what we've got on our show. Rajat, just pull out that clip. You're right that certain wrong slogans were raised. Just pull out that clip from the 9th of February. Let's just have that on our screen. Now, this is where seditious slogans have been raised. Just play that clip, Rajat. हम क्या चाहते आज़ादी, हक है हमारा आज़ादी, छीन के लेंगे आज़ादी. And it goes on to support Afzal Guru. It goes on to support dismembering India. That's the clip. Now, the charge that's being made is that Khanhaiya Kumar raised these slogans. But if you look at the other clip, which we're just going to play out, play that out, please. Rajat. No, not this, the next clip. If you look at the next clip, there, he's asking for Azadi. He's asking for Azadi. Play it. But what is he asking? Samantwad, feudalism se Azadi, Brahmanwad se Azadi, lekar rahenge Azadi. But this is not the kind of sloganeering that you're accusing Khanhaiya of having participated. Surely there were other people there who raised these anti-national slogans and they must be acted against. I'm all for it. But I'm saying you're leveling a charge on the basis of a certain video. That video doesn't make the point that is being sought to be made. Sudhanshu ji, can you hear me?
Hello?
Okay. In just a moment, I'll go back to Sudhanshu. I want to go across now to Sanjay Jha, because I think the point that we are reiterating again and again is that we're not giving Khanhaiya Kumar a certificate of innocence, Sanjay. We don't know if he's innocent or guilty. The point that I'm making, and a point that I believe very firmly in, is that you can't condemn someone as being guilty without allowing the law to take its own course. And that witch hunt is what I have a problem with. If he's found guilty, let the courts find him guilty, let action be taken against him, but let hype and hysteria not be mindlessly created. Let's not stop thinking, for heaven's sakes.
Absolutely, Rahul, and whoever has fabricated it or concocted it based on whatever evidence you have put on the television, it's an act of criminal conspiracy, because you have tried to actually damage somebody's future, somebody's life. And look at the consequences here. Number one, and a very critical point, the Delhi police actually took the footage of the evidence from a private Hindi news channel. I mean, they had their own policemen who were around. They did not take them as witnesses. Now, that's alarming. And the other part are two English channels who have played this video, which is obviously, edited, and a very selective footage has been played. They are equally guilty because you're responsible for doing due diligence. You can't be, simply be taking diktats coming in from certain sources. I mean, that's not the way an independent free television channel should operate. But more important is the fact that the Delhi police today has neglected its professional duty by ensuring that there is a credible source.
Stay with me, Sanjay. I want to go across to Ajay Patnaik. He's the president of the Jawaharlal Nehru University Teachers Association. Mr. Patnaik, India Today is broadcast tonight showing how one of the clips, at least, that's been seen on TV over the past few days seems to be a doctored clip where a wrong impression is being sought to be created. I want your reaction on this, Mr. Patnaik.
Rahulji, I was absolutely sure when I was grilled on the television, one television channel last night, and they were running this clip. I was absolutely sure, and I told them point blank that this looks like a doctored, video. And you go to any investigating agency or any court, it will be, thrown to dustbin. There is absolutely no truth in this, because it looks like Khanhaiya's hand, you're showing the picture. Some other slogans are being merged with it. So it was very clear.
Okay. No, because, and I want to say this again, we don't know yet whether or not Khanhaiya was part of the conspiracy. We don't know yet whether he's guilty. But the point that we're making again and again is that let him not be judged, let him not be condemned without giving him the due process of a fair trial. That's the limited point that we're trying to make.
Let me say one thing. He is picked up without any inquiry. Serious charges are made against him. Then we see that when he's taken to the court, he's trying to be lynched. Then we see that in some channels, they are showing suddenly, because the cases are coming up, videos which will, sort of implicate him, and that is being done. So as if they are after this boy, and not giving him a fair trial.
Oh, absolutely. Also joining us on this broadcast now is Zafar Islam. He is spokesperson of the BJP. He's a former police officer himself. Mr. Islam, I'm baffled with the Delhi police's attitude. They've taken certain videos, assumed them to be the gospel truth without doing basic investigative duties. What do you make of the fact that at least one of the clips that's been shown seems to be a fake clip, Mr. Islam?
First of all, Rahul, let me clarify. I'm not a ex-police officer. I'm an ex-investment banker.
Okay, go on, sorry.
So that's a clarification I just wanted to give you.
All right.
Having said that, I would want to tell you that police is doing its job, and they're investigating. They have received various videos, and I'm sure that all the videos that they have received, they will have to do the investigation, whether they are fake or they are the right videos. But you cannot say that they are not doing their job. They are doing their job, and there could be some fake videos. I'm not aware of that.
Okay, I want to go across now to Sudhanshu Trivedi. He's joining us live on the newsroom. Mr. Trivedi, I was making the point while we were chatting just a moment before now that let's not condemn somebody as guilty without giving him a fair trial, because over the past 3 to 4 days, certain TV stations on social media, among certain political parties, an attempt is being made to condemn Khanhaiya Kumar. Now, there were people who raised those slogans, but was it Khanhaiya who raised those slogans? That's something that needs to be thoroughly investigated before a conclusion can be arrived at.
Yes, of course, whatever you are saying is quite right. There are certain things in which the investigation is going on, so there is if and but, whether it is true or not, whether Khanhaiya has raised the slogan or not, whether the video clip or whatever you are saying is correct or not. But there are certain things in which there is no if and but. Is this not the fact that this is on the anniversary of the hanging of Afzal Guru? Is there any doubt about it? So those things which are categorically clear should be taken into his spirit. If they are saying that Afzal was killed, I would like to ask the Congress party, who killed this? It was execution done under your government with due legal process and even keeping in abeyance the clemency for 7 years. Then if you are saying that they are feeling sharminda because their murderers are zinda, it means who? The Congress government or the Supreme Court or the Honorable President of India? And still you are taking their side? It's very strange. And now again I would like to remind.
No, that is correct that certain people, no, one second. Let's not confuse two separate issues. Yes, certain people raised anti-national slogans, or slogans that can be considered anti-India. But those are the people who need to be picked up. Those people haven't yet been arrested by the Delhi police. What we've seen instead is that you've picked up the president of the of the Jawaharlal Nehru University Students' Union, and he hasn't raised the slogans that he's accused of having raised. That's the point I'm making. The azadi that he's seeking is a whole different kind of azadi from the azadi he's accused of having sought.
That's what I am saying. If there is doubt about anybody, whether he is guilty or not, the due deliberation and the investigation should take place. But is there doubt about it that Afzal was a convicted criminal and he was a terrorist, clearly defined by Supreme Court, and a major political party of India, the Grand Old Party of India, is openly going in their support? What about this? There is no if and but, there is no doubt, it is categorically clear. So there are two aspects, the technical and the moral. So at least I want an answer from the Congress party on the moral ground.
Okay, I want to go across to Ashutosh, senior leader of the Aam Aadmi Party, a former television journalist himself. Ashutosh, on Newsroom tonight, we are showing our viewers how at least one of the clips in which Khanhaiya is shown raising seditious slogans, that clip turns out to be doctored. What do you make of this, Ashutosh? Ashutosh, do you hear me? Give me a moment to fix that audio line. But I want to go across to Sanjay Jha in the meanwhile. Sanjay, you just heard from Sudhanshu Trivedi of the BJP, who argues that a wrong was done at the Sabarmati Dhaba on the 9th of February and the culprits must be brought to book. He says the BJP or no one in government is rushing to judge whether Khanhaiya is guilty or not. Let the investigation take its course. The true culprits will ultimately be found. How do you respond to Sudhanshu?
Well, Rahul, let me tell you, the Bharatiya Janata Party is a past master at dubious, distorted recreation of morphed images. Who will forget the famous Muzaffarnagar videos that were created that led to riots and a victory for the BJP in the UP Lok Sabha elections? Everybody knows how this party is capable of misusing and abusing technology to mislead the common man of India. And they use social media and every public platform to create a hysteria that suits them. And now 2 English channels and 1 Hindi channel are hand in glove with them. It's very, very obvious. I want to make this accusation publicly. And the second point is ridiculous because the Delhi police report...
Stay with me, Sanjay. Stay with me, Sanjay. I want to go across now to Sambit Patra of the BJP. He in fact has gone, Sambit, welcome to the newsroom. He in fact has gone on certain TV stations, and I want to put that clip out also for our viewers, where he has actually on his iPad shown the images. You know, he's constantly been referring to them. He's shown those images where he says, see this image. This is the image which is clinching proof of the fact that Khanhaiya engaged in seditious activities. He was on multiple TV stations. He's holding that iPad out. He's saying that this is the proof. Now, Sambit, since you've joined us a little late, let me just show you what we've shown our viewers just now. Rajat, can you just play that? Sambit, watch carefully. This is the clip that you were showing on TV stations yesterday. It's the clip that's gone viral on social media, where Khanhaiya, in the middle of it all, is shown raising supposedly seditious slogans. Or at least you can hear sloganeering that is anti-India. Just pause this, Rajat. Go to the next clip. Now, Sambit, look at this carefully. This is the real video. Just play this. Play this, Rajat. He's asking for azadi. Samantwad se azadi. Manuwad se azadi. Punjiwad, capitalism se azadi. Brahmanwad se azadi. Now, I'll tell you, Sambit, what happened. You're smiling. I don't understand why you're smiling, because I'm very, very concerned. This is the clip, Sambit, from the 9th of February. Rajat, just play this. This is the clip from the 9th of February, Sambit. Hak hai hamara azadi chheen ke lenge. So what someone's done, Sambit, just go back. What someone's done, Sambit, is taken this audio. Just, Ankur, zoom in over here. They've taken the audio from the clip on the 9th of February, they've merged it with the clip from the 11th of February to create this impression. See this now, Sambit. Okay? So now, what do you have to say? Sambit, what do you have to say? Because you've been on multiple TV stations showing your iPad again and again, saying here is clinching proof of Khanhaiya's involvement in sedition. That clinching proof suddenly doesn't seem so clinching, Sambit.
First and foremost, I was on one channel, your rival channel, Times Now, where I showed this iPad. Well, yes, right. And you asked me as to why I was smiling. Let me tell you as to why I was smiling. I was smiling at the very proposal that how much amount of energy you all have to put in to find an escape route for the people who were shouting anti-India slogans. Now, don't tell Pakistan.
I'm sorry, I take objection. I take objection, Sambit, to what you're saying. We're not finding anybody an escape route. We are putting out facts in the way that they've emerged. We don't know whether Khanhaiya is guilty or not. We are putting the facts out in the public domain, Sambit.
I have my right to speak, and thereafter you can please continue. I have my right to speak. Yes.
Go on. Okay, we're having a problem with that video line. I'll get Sambit back in just a moment from now. Ashutosh, I'm told by my producers, is with us. Ashutosh, can you hear me? Ashutosh, do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Rahul.
Okay, Ashutosh, you've been a former TV journalist yourself. What do you make of this video that seems to be doctored?
Rahul, there are the two angles to this story. The one angle is that the TV channels who ran these visuals, I will not say that they ran it because of some design. Maybe the filters didn't have had, or they were over enthusiastic about the visuals. But the second point is, which is far more important, is that broadcasting such a fake, inflammatory visuals itself is a criminal offense. And if Sambit Patra has been distributing and showing these visuals, that is also a criminal offense if you strictly go by law. So what I'm saying is that Sambit Patra should answer these questions, that has he created these visuals? Question number one. Question number two, if he has not, that from where he obtained this? Three, who has created this? That is question number three. I think this is a criminal offense in a surcharge atmosphere when everybody is getting very emotional about these visuals.
No, but Ashutosh, I must clarify here that, we have no basis to suggest that any one particular person in any political party created this video. We don't know that. But what is problematic is that it's being used as the gospel truth. It's being cited again and again as supposedly clinching evidence, which it clearly isn't. And that's the point, which is why I'm saying, you're suggesting that maybe the BJP created it. I'm saying you have no basis to say that either. Should we all not just sit back, allow the judiciary to do its job, Ashutosh?
Rahul, let me explain. See, spreading or broadcasting inflammatory visuals or anything like that itself is a criminal offense. If you remember what Sangeet Som's offense was in the Muzaffarnagar riot case, because he passed on certain inflammatory visuals. That was an offense.
I'm not saying that Samit Patra has done something like that. But the channel who has done this, has that channel done the due diligence before airing those visuals? The question number one. If not, then why it did not do that? The point number three
that's
is,
a good point. I want Sambit Patra, who's now back with us on this broadcast, to respond, because you had this smile on your face. You were suggesting that an escape route is being found. It is my case that no escape route is being found. We don't know if Khanhaiya is guilty. If he is guilty, he must face the law. I'm saying that one of the videos that you have used and others have used, that video is very clearly doctored, Sambit. How do you respond?
Defamation case. This Ashutosh also should be subjected to similar defamation case. Because that's fine. You are not showing the logo of the channel, the video of which was used by us. The logo is India News. Well, yes, I don't know the reputation of India News and other channels. You all must be having, your media war going on between Times Now, your channel and India News. That's best left to yourself.
No, one second. We have no war with anyone. I haven't mentioned the name of any TV station, and I am not getting into which station did what. That's not my case at all. There is a situation where a false video has been put out. Don't try and create false rivalries when they don't exist. This is about the truth. Our commitment is to the truth, and the truth must prevail. That is, Sambit, most crucial. Politics comes later. Ideologies come later. The truth must prevail. Speaking truth to power, that's our motto.
Despite the fact that the video that has been shown has a logo of a particular channel above it, Mr. Ashutosh, who I don't know whether he was a real journalist or a fake journalist, has the audacity of saying that Samit Patra doctored the video. I doubt the credibility of Mr. Ashutosh as to what kind of journalist he was, who does not even understand what kind of logo was he carrying in the video. Having said about Ashutosh, now why I was saying that the section in the media is trying its best to find escape route for the so-called traitors in JNU, it's quite evident.
Second, Sambit, you are trying to counter-attack. I'm asking you this question as somebody who went station to station showing that clip. Should you not have probably waited for the cops to do their job instead of jumping in to a conclusion which suits you politically but may or may not be factually correct, Sambit? That's my point.
To this first point, my answer is this, Rahul Kanwal. Exactly. The cops are doing their duty. The court is doing its duty. It's not that we have a judge who does not know how to function. The judge sent Mr. Khanhaiya Lal to custody. It's the judge who, after due deliberance, sent him to Tihar jail. If there was no case against Khanhaiya Lal, I'm sure the judge would have scratched the FIR. The judge would have taken the Delhi police to task. But the judge did contrary means. The judge was convinced that whatever facts were put in front of the judge. Having said that,
you're questioning Ashutosh's attack on you, so I'll give Ashutosh an opportunity to respond. You've heard Sambit Patra. What do you have to say in response, Ashutosh?
see, first of all, I never said that the Samit Patra has doctored these visuals. What I'm saying is that broadcasting doctors' inflammatory visuals is also a criminal offense. And I said very categorically that Samit Patra should explain from where he got the visuals. If he has got the visuals, he should explain the source.
No, that was played on another station. There are Hindi stations and English news channels that have been carrying them. I'm not naming them, not because we don't want to name them, but because I don't want to make this us versus them. It's not about the TV station. My concern as a citizen is we can't get carried away by hype, by hysteria, swayed by emotion, judge somebody guilty when there may not be adequate evidence to suggest that. That's my limited point. Sambit is responding by naming the station which had it. That's not my intent at all.
Rahul, I fully respect what you are saying. I think there are few channels who are being over enthusiastic about the story. That is well within their editorial right. They should go ahead and they should do that. But the point is, when you air any particular visual or any particular story, it is the responsibility of the channel to see to it that there is a truth in it. If you are airing certain stories which doesn't have the truth, which looks to be fake and the doctored, and finally your channel has found out it is doctored, then it is the responsibility of those channels to come out openly and say sorry and apologize to the nation because they misled the people. What I'm saying is that since Samit Patra has carrying these visuals on his iPad from one channel to another channel, Samit Patra needs to explain to the entire nation from where he got the visuals, because this is a criminal offense in the eyes of law. And this is exactly what happened with the Sangeet Som when we spread those
visuals about inflammatory visuals in the Muzaffarnagar riot, and the criminal case was lodged against him. So my limited point is, the first, these TV channels should apologize to the nation. Secondly, Samit Patra should explain from where he got these visuals. What is the source of the visuals? Because this is in a surcharged atmosphere. This could have led to the violence. So Samit Patra just cannot absolve himself by saying that he got it from somewhere else. He has to explain the source of the visuals, and this is a criminal offense. So police should investigate entire matter.
Not have been more. You've heard Ashutosh. Sambit, should you not have been more responsible before claiming this to be clinching evidence?
I would say that the media should be more responsible. You should fight out amongst yourselves that because of the TRP, media houses are fighting amongst themselves. This was in fact shown in the media channel.
Don't get into media channel. TRP.
Question your brethren media channel.
Parties and politics.
No.
Let's
question your media
first,
channel.
Sambit.
Sir, please show the logo. Please show the logo.
How does it
Why are you hiding the logo there?
I find
it is
your
not as if it's a logo of Bharatiya Janata Party, it's a media channel's logo.
Okay,
show
so
the logo.
how does it matter? I'm saying respond to the point.
Show the logo. What point? What point? The point is, from where did I get this video?
No,
this video is everywhere. From where did you get this video, Mr. Kanwal? No. What bogus video? How do I know what was a bogus video or not a bogus video? I believe in media houses. Should I not believe in media houses? Should I not believe in other channels? Should I believe only on your channel? The other channels are calling your channel as bogus. You are calling them as bogus. In the TRP game amongst yourselves, the truth is getting scuttled.
I want to show you something else. Just look at these two pictures.
Right.
Just look at these pictures.
The other channels are calling you names.
One second. I don't care what anybody else calls us. Our commitment, Sambit, is to the truth. Not to bigotry, not to a political party. Our only commitment is to the truth and absolutely nothing else. I want to show our viewers one more thing. I want my camera person to zoom in on my image, on this image on my screen. You see there's Khanhaiya in front, and right behind him is a supposedly broken map of India where there's a separate Bengal, separate Assam. This is supposed to be another proof that Khanhaiya had a fragmented, dismembered India behind him. Let me just flip to the next picture. It's exactly the same picture, the same pen, the same face, the same expression. Look at the next picture. The background changes. So it's not a one-off, Sambit. It's not a one-off. It's not happened. I want to show this again. Just can we cut this full screen, please? I want my producers to cut this on the full screen, please. This is the image again that's doing the rounds on social media. This image shows a broken map of India at the back. This image shows every state separately in different colors. You've got Rajasthan in India. You've got the south of India. You've got Kashmir as a separate country. You've got UP as a separate country. And now let me just flip to the next image. Same image, plain background. So there's a very, very dangerous game, Sambit, that's going on. Maybe you don't know what's happening. Maybe you were caught unawares. But we're doing this broadcast with the intent of creating caution. Let's not jump to condemn someone. Let's just create caution. Allow law to do its job, Sambit. That's my point.
What are you suggesting? Who has the longest topic? What do you suggest? Who has the longest topic?
I don't hear you well, Sambit. Can you just repeat that?
Rahul, what are you suggesting tonight?
I am suggesting that the cops do a thorough investigation. I am saying that we hold back judgment. Don't pronounce him guilty or innocent.
Without journalistic investigation. You and Ashutosh together have pointed fingers without journalistic.
No, 1 second. We haven't done anything of the sort. I completely disassociate India Today from what Ashutosh said. Ashutosh is now a politician. He's speaking for the Aam Aadmi Party. I'm saying again and again, and I wish to reiterate, I don't know who created that fake video. We don't know where it was created or why. What we know is that over the past 72 hours, an attempt is being made to ask the question, where is Khanhaiya raising seditious videos? And in response to that question, this video emerged. This video suggests that Khanhaiya is the one who was there when seditious videos were being leveled. And we've shown to our viewers how that video is doctored. That's the point. Now, that's the caution that we are trying to sound. So don't put words in our mouth which we haven't said. We don't know. We're not saying you did it. We don't know who did it, Sambit. I haven't said it. So don't try and put words in my mouth. Don't be unfair. We haven't said it. We don't know who created the fake video. What we know though is that there was a fake video.
An open agenda, that's it. Because of your TRP fight, why do you drag us in the middle? You have a TRP problem with Times Now. Please fight it out a different way. Don't drag us in the middle.
You know, our TRPs are doing very well. Thank you, Sambit Patra. For the last 3 weeks, we've been #1 in prime time. I don't need your certificate for whether our TRPs are good or bad. It doesn't matter. Whether you are watching or not watching, there are enough people who are watching. Our credibility speaks for itself. Our work speaks for itself. So don't try and make this, what I find disconcerting is the complete lack of introspection. The fact that you are taken in by a fake video, instead of being apologetic, instead of saying, okay, maybe we made a mistake, you are jumping in one way or the other. I'm told that Dr. Kiran Bedi, one of India's most respected police officers, is with us. Okay, we just seem to have lost that audio line. Give me a moment. I'm going to go across to Dr. Bedi and listen to her. I want to listen to what she has to say. So we'll try and connect her once again. I want to go back to Sanjay Jha of the Congress party. You know, we're not, and I want to repeat this again and again, we don't know who made that fake video. What I know is that certain stations fell for it, they put that video out, and that video is doctored. In case you've just joined us on this broadcast, I want to show once again to our viewers this video. This is our story. Can we have those 3 clips play out, Let's just show our viewers how we're fairly certain that that clip is doctored, because the clip that's been going on and on certain TV stations is a clip which shows Khanhaiya apparently making pro-Azadi slogans. Just see this one last time on the newsroom. वो देश का गद्दार है. That's the slogan. You can say that that's anti-national. Go on, show the original clip. Just see the original clip. Completely different. Now see how it's brought together, how it's merged. Just go to the last and final clip. This is where the video is coming from. This is the original audio from the 9th of February. And that same video which played elsewhere, we can create over here. Just take this audio file from this clip, take it down, scroll it down. It's as easy as that. Put it together and voila, you've got this clip now.
Not taking a call is what they're saying.
So that's how the 3 clips have been brought together. What we seek is introspection. I want final words now from Sanjay Jha of the Congress party. He's joining us on this broadcast. Sanjay, need for introspection, need for some calm. Let's leave the hype, the hysteria, the chest beating aside. Focus on the story, tell both sides of the story, tell it truly and honestly.
Absolutely, Rahul. I mean, there are very, very grave charges being made against a young man of sedition. We all know what the legal consequences of that are if somebody is convicted. Prima facie, end of day, these things have to be researched in detail.
Okay, I'm told Dr. Kiran Bedi is also joining us. Just give me a moment, Samit. I want to go across to Dr. Bedi because I couldn't listen to her the first time. Dr. Bedi, do you hear me? Dr. Bedi, do you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, ma'am. We've put out this story which shows how audio from a clip from the 9th of February has been overlaid on a clip from the 11th of February to create the impression that Khanhaiya was present where anti-India sloganeering happened. You've been a top police official. You've also been in the BJP as its chief ministerial face in Delhi. What do you, Dr. Bedi, make of this apparent doctrine?
If you have such an evidence, please pass it on to the Delhi police because it's investigating the matter. They will investigate this as well.
Do you believe, Dr. Bedi, that there's a certain need for calm in this entire discourse? Instead of jumping in one way, assuming that somebody is guilty, just a bit of calm to allow for police officials and the judiciary to go through the motion of law, to know whether or not somebody is truly guilty before condemning him.
Absolutely. So if anybody comes across any evidence for or against, to ensure that justice prevails, please pass it on to the Delhi police investigating the matter.
Okay, I'm going to leave it over there. Dr. Kiran Bedi, thank you very much for joining me. Sambit Patra, I wish to say once again, even though you got angry, I'm not suggesting for a moment that we know who did it. We don't agree with Ashutosh, who suggests that a particular political party did it. Nobody knows. The only point that we're hoping to make through this broadcast is that don't get taken for a ride. Don't just jump on the basis of certain apparent images because that's what you'd like to believe. There's need for calm. There's a surcharged atmosphere in the country at this time. Sit back, allow the law to do its job. That is most crucial. It's not for us as journalists to tell one side of the story or the side of the story that we believe is right. And this is not about media rivalry, which is why through this broadcast, we didn't name any station. We're not insinuating that this was done deliberately. It's possible that the station that did it got this clip from somewhere and they aired it. We're not even suggesting for half a second that they're the ones who made it. But people were taken for a ride. Fake audio was merged with audio from a previous clip was merged with audio from the 11th, and that is not right. Sanjay Jha, Sambit Patra for joining us tonight. Thank you very much. Our commitment is not to ratings. Ratings, frankly, in the India Today group don't matter as much as the truth does, integrity does, good journalism does, and that is our sole and only endeavor. For joining me tonight on the newsroom, thank you, goodbye, good night.
The Jawaharlal Nehru University Students' Union President Khanhaiya Kumar has moved Supreme Court for bail in the sedition case that's been filed against him. The Supreme Court is to hear his